making it to the quarterfinals last year Asia Cup, we are back at it. Namaskara machas, welcome to School of Sauce. And today let's break down India's performance in the Asia Cup qualifying draw. Why are we back in the qualifying draw again? Oh, it's because it's based on total ranking points and not last year's standings. Crazy. Our players should play more 3x3 events, machas, so that we can get our ranking points up and not keep getting pushed to qualifying draw every single year. Now look here, Macha. They are trying to set a screen. So if India is going to switch this, they need to switch underneath. Because there is no backside help. Now you're trying to blitz the ball handler, but since the paint is wide open, he can just throw it wherever he wants and his teammate is basically going to catch the ball. There's literally no defense over there. Now look at Harsh Dagar over here. He is trying to front the post. Okay, this can sometimes be a good idea, but not here because there is no backside help. One lob and it's an easy basket, and this keeps happening again and again. Add to that, number 77 has a big size advantage over here. The only one who can match him is Pranav Prince because he has really long hands. It's an interesting matchup because here Kazakhstan has the size, they have the strength, but India is much faster, and let's get them right back. Now Kazakhstan is trying to baseline trap Muthu Krishnan. It's pretty common in basketball, if the paint is occupied and then you just send two people, trap the ball handler, push them towards one corner so that they dribble the ball out or something. But here Muthu does a great job having some patience. Wait for this guy to clear out the paint, then go for a one-on-one dance. And it's a good thing he isn't on the 0, he is on the 45, so he has some space to work with. You must always have patience like this, especially if they do try baseline trapping and all. Now coming off the screen, they're crowding his space really well, cutting off every single passing lane so he does not get that pass off. And this is exactly why you shouldn't rush. See, now here he goes right into the defense. He has to chuck up a crazy tough shot, which of course he is going to miss. And he didn't really need to do that. You have 12 seconds on the shot clock. You can use it all. Now watch Kazakhstan try to baseline trap Arvind Muthu Krishnan again. But Muthu is having none of that. He draws them way out of position, collapses everyone in the paint. Then Kushal smartly gets way out to the three-pointer, throw a lob pass. Even if it's a little off, there's no defense around him. So he has the time, the space to simply catch it and put up a good shot. Clean swish. Once again, we are blitzing the screen. Except this time, they did it right because they have backside help. You can't just lob it over to the big man wherever you feel like. So yeah, they have to catch it, and now they have to dish out to the three-pointer. Usually that would be a great shot, but good thing for us. Pranav Prince has really long hands. Now Muthu Krishnan drives baseline again. This time Kazakhstan is not trapping. I think they've had enough. But Muthu sees. Over here he does not have the angle to really finish. So what does he do? He waits. Number 8 falls asleep thinking, oh, he's going to miss. We are getting the rebound. And that's when Pranav Prince straight attacks the rim, wide open lane. Pass, elite patience and court vision from Arvind Muthu Krishnan. Now off the miss, there is full chaos. This guy has got solid post position on Arvind Muthu Krishnan. See, this is what they keep trying to do again and again. But India has got the power of friendship. Because look at Harsh Dagar. He sees that Muthu is way out of position. There's no way he's stopping this if that guy gets the ball. So as soon as this lob pass gets made, he is sprinting to intercept that. He knows the ball isn't going to the three-point shooter who is his man. They're going to look to get it to the post. You need to understand your opponents like this. Okay, Muthu Krishnan wants the ISO. Bump step. Look at number 77. He's ball watching and has fallen asleep. Whereas Pranav Prince, he is ready to cut in and get that rebound if Muthu misses. Night night, macha. Keep sleeping some more. Now the next few plays of the game just go like this back and forth. India keeps giving up buckets because they keep letting Kazakhstan get inside position. When it's India's offense, they drive, collapse, kick it out, and every single player on Team India can shoot, so Kazakhstan needs to close out hard. And India is already faster than them, so they use that momentum, use their speed, beat them. So this happens like 5-6 times. Now with a little over 3 minutes to go, score tied 14 all, which means both teams just have 7 points to finish the game. India realizes they can't keep giving up inside position and then scoring right back. This way Kazakhstan is going to speed run to the 21. So this time they do something a little different. Once that lob is made, Pranav Prince leaves his man and sprints to jump up and tap that ball out. Remember, machas, you have to do this once the ball is already lobbed. If you run way too early, you're just giving up an open 2-point shot. In 3x3, no one wants that, especially with 7 points to go for game. Now, why is everybody crowding on the right side of the floor? Look how wide open the left side is. Arvind Muthukrishnan is here under the basket, looking for a cut, but nobody is cutting. In the end, he gets pushed. Violation. Machas, you have to cut into open space. Make it difficult for the defense to just push someone to the baseline like that. Now this is just horrible, horrible court vision from Kazakhstan here. I mean, good for India. He is trying to drive into 3 people in the paint. Number 77 is not helping, creating even more traffic jam. Whereas this guy, he is wide open, but no one even sees him. I would say it's bad defense by India, but Kazakhstan didn't punish them for it. Unfortunately for us, it was goaltending. In 3x3, your brain, your eyesight beats muscle power all day. Once again, giving him inside position, but this time Pranav Prince is the one guarding. He can jump. Now Muthukrishnan, lob it. Prince is wide open inside. But it's okay. See, I know under pressure of a game, we all miss things sometimes. Next play, macha. Got to keep moving on to the next play. India has played a really great game so far, but we're down 2 points. See this defense by Pranav Prince. Hands straight. Just make the shot tough. You don't need to block every single thing. And you definitely don't want to give them 2 free throws when the score is 18-16 and you're at 7 fouls. Look at Mr. 8 over here. He thinks, oh, up 2 points. Game is over. But 2 points, that is very comebackable. Arvind Muthukrishnan hustles, cuts straight to the rim, gets that rebound. Great patience, great finish. Now just a 1-point game, machas. Now Kazakhstan goes back to their bread and butter. The screen and roll, lob it over to the big man. Except India is having none of that this time. Pranav Prince drops back to the paint. So he can't lob it too high, which means Arvind Muthukrishnan, if he jumps with all he's got, he can get the deflection. Love it. Pure hustle. Okay, we are so lucky they didn't call a foul on this. Tie game. Okay, oh my god, this is getting chaotic. Pass to Pranav Prince. Pump fake, attack the closeout, and then just elevates, uses his length to hit it straight over the defense. It wasn't even terrible defense, but Pranav Prince just hitting a tough shot. Okay, 15.3 seconds remaining. India up 1 and Kazakhstan at 5 fouls. They have 1 more to give. Pakka they're going to foul. And probably on the shot also, so that after a free throw they can maybe take a timeout and then set a play, get that 2-point shot. But Pranav Prince makes this. And he misses a free throw, which means it's live ball. Now all India needs to do is stop the 2. Let's go. But Dagar, what are you doing? Why are you coming to the paint right now? We can afford a 1 pointer. What we can't afford is the 3. And they're going to kick it out for sure. Now he's got the ball with 2.5 seconds left. He has enough time to pump fake, let the defender fly by, but yeah, the pressure gets to him. Rushed shot, he misses. Phew. So after that clutch win against Kazakhstan, we are going up against Hong Kong. So India pulls everyone out of the paint. Remember, we are good at shooting threes, so they have to respect the shot. Now Dagar has all the space to drive in, and Prince is there following right for the rebound, gets that putback dunk. Now Hong Kong tries to copy this exact same strategy. But Harsh Dagar is not going to allow. He turns to force his man right into Pranav Prince, and yeah, he passes the ball. Now Prince is going to force him baseline, and Dagar is going to come from behind to help trap and get that steal. See, you need to have super patience and court vision if you want to survive the baseline trap. Oopsie, miscommunication. That's why you really need to play fast. The faster you play, the more of these confusions you'll get from your opponent to take advantage of. Once again, India moves the ball fast, full confusion. Man, what do they think they're doing? Playing a zone? Give number 15 a map, macha. So far, really solid start from India. So 3x3 is quite simple, macha. If you can get people to respect your 3-point shot, pull them out of the paint, now you just keep driving past them all day, move the ball quickly, create confusion. And once you get a lead, you don't even need to play that crazy hard on defense. Just beat your man to the spot, get your hand up to contest so you make the shot tough. Yeah, they might still score because that is basketball. But what you have to do from there is quickly counter attack. So send the ball out fast, get the opponent confused, and then just keep attacking. You score, we score. Because at the end, whoever scores 21 will win. Also, the other thing is, you have multiple games a day. You don't want to get too tired. Save the hustle for when it actually matters most. And you definitely don't want to foul unnecessarily. Damn! Prince looking like Wemby with those blocks. But Hong Kong is a bold team. They are fearless. They go right back at Pranav Prince. Except this time they use brain a little. First, they clear out the paint. So if Prince jumps for that block or something, he has the lane to drive all the way, slam dunk that right in. So Prince has to respect the drive, respect the jab steps. And just like that, he manages to hit a shot over him. If you can pull people out of the paint by running some action up high and on top of that get some momentum attacking, that's it. You're just cooking, no one's going to be able to stop you. And that's exactly why it's so important to have good shooters on a team. Like on Team India, every single one of them can hit an open 3. Now Kushal Singh, you want to go help, great. But you can't take your eyes off your man completely like that. Now what will he do? He'll simply just backdoor cut, easy pass. We are really lucky he missed this shot. Now Aravind Muthukrishnan. On the right side, you have this full, big, wide open expressway right to the rim. And on the left side, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 people. I mean, yeah, 2 of them are his own teammates, but still. Super crowded, just like Silk Boat Junction during peak traffic time. Which side do you have to force him? How can you just simply let him spin, go into that wide open lane, easy layup you have given him? Just like that, we have let Hong Kong go up 3 points. Pranav Prince dribbling full speed baseline. Hong Kong tries to trap him there. Yeah, usually a good strategy, but Prince, he can see above all of them and he's got his long arms. So he whips this pass straight to Aravind Muthukrishnan. Now they have to close out extremely hard, smooth like butter. Now off this pump fake, number 13, he has done a Bangalore auto rickshaw move and put Arvind Muthukrishnan in jail. And Harshdagar, you are not helping here. If that lob is going to get made, it will go right over you to the back. So Prince is basically playing two people now. So he doesn't know where to jump, where to contest, and 13 gets that floater off, quite open. Oopsie, number 31 has a wide open lane to the basket. But good job by Harsh Dagar. He sees that pass coming and jumps to cut off the passing lane. So now they have to dribble out again. And look at Arvind Muthukrishnan. Great positioning. He can see where that ball is going and go exactly where he needs to be to shut down the play. Now shot clock is running out. They have to rush something and yep, they turn the ball over. Now India up 1. Kushal Singh is going to aggressively try trapping number 13 in the corner. And that's great because Prince, Muthukrishnan both are inside ready to help on the drive. But watch what this man does. He comes to set a screen as number 13 fakes towards the screen. Now Pranav Prince has to step up and that opens all this space on the inside. Full speed drive. Pranav Prince tries falling back as fast as he can, but it's too late. He goes for the block, but goaltending it is. Damn, just watch how quickly Dagar slips this screen. If you see space, you have to just quickly go for it as soon as possible. When the defense is confused, take max advantage. Now watch how Kushal Singh is overplaying on this 3. Usually that's just bad defense. You can get beat right off that wide open layup. But when you're up 14-12, it might actually be an okay strategy. Let them go for that layup, counter quickly and score right back. Macha, we cannot allow threes. Now Kushal Singh, what are you doing in the paint? Get to your man on the 3-point line. See, it's okay if Harsh Dagar gets beat, this open layup is made, that's fine. We can score right back. I mean, locking down the paint like this is usually a good strategy, but if you're up 2 and have just 5 points racing to 21, a 3-pointer is something you shouldn't be allowing. Now tie game, 17 all. Number 4 is driving downhill. Now, where do we have help? Over here, on the right side. So where should we make sure number 4 goes? How can we just let him spin and go the other way? Now Hong Kong takes the lead 18-17. With just 1.5 minutes to go. Damn, this is raising my blood pressure like an RCB game. Okay. India has learnt a lesson. Now they are sending number 4 in to help. He is stuck. So he puts up this tough fadeaway which Pranav Prince just blocks. Man, he's had a lot of blocks this game. See, we all make a lot of mistakes. As long as we can learn from them quickly, it's all going to be fine in the end. Tie game, 18 all. Okay, good job, you've trapped him on the baseline. He has nowhere to go. Tries passing, it's deflected a little bit. Now he has to put up this wild shot from behind the backboard. Yes, we're back in business. And this guy, he makes the wonderful mistake of forcing Muthukrishnan away from the help. Yes, India's got the lead. We have fouls to give. If we're going to give them, now is the time. We have to foul on ground so that they recheck it. Damn, ref. All those fouls we tried doing on the ground, you just let it slide, didn't call anything. On the shot only he calls, no? He wants the game to go down to the line. Now Hong Kong gets one free throw to tie the game. Whew. Luckily for us, they missed that free throw and we win 1 point. This game was crazy. We had phases where we made a whole bunch of mistakes, but thank God we got our together at the end. The next game was against Bahrain. Over here, Harsh Dagar was straight on fire the entire game, like he couldn't miss. And when you're having that kind of a game, damn, like any decision you make on the court doesn't even really matter. You can get away with chucking the most wildest shots and it's still going to go in. It was just that type of a day for Harsh Dagar. Great for India. This whole game was basically a speed run. Once India was up like 5 points, their confidence was through the roof. They're just like dishing it out quickly, shot after shot after shot. You know, they finished this game in just 6.5 minutes. And the entire uncut game was like little over 10 minutes. You know, the other games are like 20 to 25 minutes usually. Bahrain is not a bad team at all, but 21-11 we did them. Anyway, good for India only. This takes us to the main draw, where we are going to play against Qatar and New Zealand. Those games are already over, we ended up losing both. And even the women's team, they lost to Malaysia, got knocked out of the qualifying draw itself. But the way they lost these games was mostly due to like terrible decision making, bad shots, trying to force the drive and turning the ball over, all those kind of basic mistakes. And subscribe and turn on all notifications because I'll soon be breaking those down.